Hello, everybody, and happy Star Trek Tuesday. Forgot to change my background.
Oh, no.
This is going to be an amazing show. We have so much fantastic stuff to discuss. We're going to close out the cruise. Did you know there was a Star Trek cruise? If you were alive and had any social media presence in any way over the last few weeks, you're aware that there was a Star Trek cruise because it was nuts. It was everywhere. And we're going to close that out. Dr. Mohammed Noor is going to tell us all about it because out of everybody here, he's the only one that experienced it in the flesh.
This time.
This time, that's right. And then we are going to talk about Trek to San Francisco. We're going to do a full preview of this new convention, this new sci-fi convention, Trek to San Francisco, hashtag STSF. It's Creation Entertainment's new convention, and they have big news. If you're saying, why are they only doing San Francisco? Are they doing anything else? Well, guess what? Not only are they doing Star Trek Las Vegas, or should I say STLV, or Trek to Vegas, Trek to Las Vegas, maybe. They're doing that just like every year. This thing's already growing. It's already expanding because of all the people that have purchased tickets to San Francisco. That gives them enough to say, you know what? Let's go for it. So we'll talk about the new cities. They've announced 4 cities. Well, 1, but
Wait, what is like what?
Yeah, I was saying, this is news to me
but
too.
who knows? Maybe someday.
What's wrong with you?
We also have some big news. Walter Koenig dropped a big bomb a couple days ago. He had dropped a bomb about the original series. This is something that maybe nobody's known for 50-something years. We'll talk about that. So much to cover. So let's get into it and introduce our good friend, Dr. Mohammed Noor.
Hello, always a pleasure to be on the main view. No, I'm just kidding. On the main viewer. Just kidding. I was just playing it out.
Look, everybody, our resident web crawler and walking exclamation point. You know her as Trekkie MD. It is Dr. Anne Marie Siegel.
Hi, and I'm putting in the live chat, but there's a red alert. Saturday is almost sold out for STSF. So if you're on the fence, like, go buy that ticket immediately while you keep this open. They just emailed out.
Wow.
Yeah.
They are how close to being sold out,
Well,
did they say?
I just bought a general admission ticket and for like the 3 days, and it was all together, and they said 27 were left. That was a few hours ago. And then they just emailed like a few minutes ago saying Saturday is almost completely sold out, preferred or like day pass or whatever.
Amazing.
So everybody, while you're watching this or listening to this, right now, just go to creationent.com and get that ticket before somebody else does. Speaking of general admission, here's a general admission I have. I'm excited for the convention.
Yay.
Just
Great
in general.
admission.
Just in general. Jenny R. Johnson is here, paintress.
Hey. Hey, what's up?
She's wearing... Yeah, paintress. That should be a thing, right?
Paintress. It's true.
Like a tigress that works with colors.
Ooh. Yeah.
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 She's wearing a great shirt, by the way. You can get your very own Bozeman Phoenix's shirt at the Star Trek and Chill online store. Click the link in the description box below, and it'll take you right there. It's the Shopify store for Star Trek and Chill. Get your very own shirt in your own favorite color. We need a bigger team. You're right.
We do.
Yeah. And like everybody who was wearing those Bozeman, Montana t-shirts at STLV looked so good. Like they look amazing on everybody.
Yeah.
Super stylish. Show them your shoulder.
Yeah.
Cool.
Look. And both sides. They have a back too. I choke myself with my
Look, everybody. Melissa Longo's here. It's going to be a good day.
Yeah.
Hi.
All right.
Hi.
And my name is Ryan T. Husk, everybody. By the way, I'm going to be one of the hosts at Trek to San Francisco with the beloved Bonnie Gordon. So if
Ooh.
you have any kind of questions or requests or demands, ask Bonnie. All right. Let's don't tell her I sent you though. All right, let's get
Amazing.
into this. We'll be talking all about this amazing, new, shocking, sultry, and scintillating convention in just a moment. Before we do that, though, everybody, please make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, give us a 5-star rating if you're listening in, and a nice review. We'd really appreciate it. Also, hey, if you want extra credit, hit that bell icon for notifications. That way you'll know every time we go live. Speaking of bells, if our good friend Back of the Head is in the live chat, he will know when you're thinking wrestling, what is bell? What's bell tell you? There's a bell thing with wrestling right now.
You used to have a birthday this weekend.
Right now?
The end of a round?
The riots in STSF.
No, there's something bell related. Anyway, what'd you say, Mohammed?
Said he had a birthday this weekend, didn't he?
Yes.
Yes.
He did.
You are so right. Yesterday, happy. Maybe that's why he's not in the live chat.
He
He's
is.
still partying. Oh, he is
Yeah, he
great.
is.
Great. Happy birthday to John Orchiola of Screen Rant. He and his dog have the same birthday, if that's
Cute.
possible. Really
So
cool. They had a
cute.
great time together. All right. Let's talk about the cruise. Dr. Noor, start us off at the beginning. How was the line getting into the cruise?
Actually, it was interesting, both getting on and getting off this year, at least for me. I mean, I didn't go with everybody at the same time, but I heard this from multiple people. It was much faster than it had been any previous time. That's one thing I've noticed iteratively with ECP and the cruise, that every time, this is cruise number 7, every time they do it, they learn from what happened the previous time,
Nice.
and they iterate and they try to make the experience a better thing. So if you go back like to, I think Elisa was with me on cruise number 4. I remember the lines for photos and things like that. They were super long and super slow. Nobody was complaining about those things this time. I mean, maybe
Cool.
one or
Wow,
two were like that, but I
great.
didn't hear any complaining about it. I didn't see anything on socials about it. So it seems like in general, every iteration, they make it a better experience where they really listen to the feedback. They identify who are the guests who everybody was most enthusiastic about, and they invite those people back. So I mean, generally speaking, they're trying to make it better and better, especially here for the 7th iteration. This one was
That's
out
so
of
cool. Wait,
yeah,
before we go any further, can you
sure.
let's just hear a tiny bit more about that, because I mean, if they're obviously doing a lot of work to improve, let's give them their kudos for that. Just in generally speaking, what else have they improved upon over the last few years? Have they? I feel like their guest list has increased.
Yeah, I'm not sure about numbers. I've never gone through and counted them, but I know they take seriously the feedback from fans, in the context of people are identified as like there's lots of support for this person, then that's going to be somebody who's near the front of the line for the rest. So they definitely do that.
Right.
They have been, so one of the things that they were very conscious of this time, for example, more so than last time, again, based on feedback, was some of the extra events that you can buy over and above the regular ones. There were some more of those that were not alcohol specifically connected. Because they said last time there were a lot of them that were like,
Yeah.
drink
That's funny,
scotch
yeah.
with this person, drink whiskey with this person.
Right.
And people were like, look, we don't drink, then and it can still be fun. You can still go do it, but that's a hefty expense if you're not going to be partaking in that aspect. And some people need to be away from alcohol for other reasons as well. This time there were multiple other events. There was like a sushi making class with Sonequa Martin Green,
that's
things
so
like that.
cool.
Right?
Wow.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So
There were
cool.
several others as well. So that's another thing that, again, that was based on feedback from the fans that was different this time.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
The
Thanks,
vast
Dr.
majority of
Noor.
stuff on the ship is included. So the sushi making class, things like that, those are
Right.
smaller group experiences with, some of the talent. But the vast majority of things, like if you want to go to panels or things like that, it's just there. They refer to it as the unconventional convention. And part of that is because, I mean, at a convention, you might like pass, Jeffrey Combs or whomever as you're walking from place A to place B. But this is sort of a captive audience, right? So you see people a lot. You see all the talent a lot. And
That's cool.
the talent is interested in it. So, I mean, there is a private area, which if people want to get away, then they can go away to. But for example, like every morning I saw John Delancey in the giant buffet, just getting his breakfast with everybody else. Yeah. This is an example.
wow.
Ooh, what do Qs eat for breakfast?
I never paid attention to what was on his plate.
You just doing a drive by to like check it out.
Yeah.
This is on the cruise here.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so cool. I love that shirt.
Yeah.
The rainbow.
Look at this guy. Garrett's having a good time.
You're still having a good time with the Gorn guy.
Yeah.
I have a couple of pictures I'll show in a few minutes too.
Some
Amazing.
hardcore Gorn right there.
Yeah, so every day that they have a schedule. I have actually a copy of it. You can't really see it because of my background. They have a daily schedule you get at the start of every day, and then the host will actually come on the radio and say like what's happening for the day.
Oh,
So
awesome.
so I'll just give you some examples. So the first day we boarded, we're at Port Canaveral. Most of it was introductory stuff. So the ship set sail at 4 o'clock, and they always have a big launch party. So the launch party, they basically have all the A-list talent up on stage, and they come out one at a time. So it'll be like, and here's Dominic Keating, and he comes out, says a couple of words, and everybody
Thank you.
cheers.
God bless.
Yeah, right. Just an example. He was there this time. One, sad thing that happened this time in that first party, Mary Chieffo came up and she had everybody record a big greeting to send to Ken Mitchell, who sadly, then just a couple of days later, while we were still on the cruise, had passed away. But it was heartwarming saying, everybody like cheer out. And she had a Klingon thing she wanted us all to say. I don't remember what it was now, but it was a Klingon thing. She had everybody yell. But as you can imagine, like 1,000+ cruisers all yelling this thing all together for Ken. It was very sweet. So that was lovely. And then B-listers like me, they had a separate intro for in like in the studio later on. Though I'd have to say it's B+ now because we have the Okudas in there. So they raised us up. They also were lovely. They were always there in the main buffet and things like that too.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Well, Mohammed, you're always A+ in our book.
Oh,
That's
right.
Sweet. You're an A+ in mine too, Melissa. They have trivia every night. So the first night, let me see who did it. The first night, Garrett Wong did the first trivia, then Michelle Hurd did the second one. I went to the second one because I was eating during the first one. And it was great. It was just general Trek trivia. It's 20 questions and there's prizes associated with that. They had a welcome show, which I missed the welcome show because I was at the trivia thing. It was, what is it? The cruise welcome show featuring Short and Sweet, an evening of storytelling with Brent and LeVar.
Oh,
That's good. And then, of course, there's late night stuff, which I never go to, but there's lots of late night parties and things with the band and stuff like that. So then we had 2 days at sea.
Right.
So the at sea days, like that's when there's panels all the time. So I had panels. Dr. Aaron McDonald, who's the science advisor for the franchise, had panels. There's a next generation panel at 2 in the afternoon. So there's lots of those sorts of things. The evening things then were, this was fun. There was a musical evening with Anthony Rapp. Oh, what a great singer.
Oh,
my gosh, he
cool.
was great. There's an interesting random little thing that happened there. People who were on there might
I heard about this.
Yeah. Somebody just got up on the stage and started dancing. They weren't supposed to do that. So they were gently escorted off and told never to do that again.
Okay.
I heard that Tani then referenced it in her stand-up.
That was fascinating.
Were they clothed? It wasn't like a
fully clothed,
right?
Yeah. I think that person had partaken a lot. There's a place right behind the main stage called Mariner's Bar, which is funny because Tani would hang out there.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Right? But I think they'd partaken a little bit extra at Mariner's Bar before coming in. The third day was more at sea things. The big things that night. Oh yeah, this was a visit to the original Star Trek Spock's Brain script, reading directed by Nana Visitor. So they had a bunch of the Trek actors playing out some of the roles from Spock's Brain.
That's I bet that's never been done before. They're like worried. They're like, what's an episode that we haven't done? All that's left is Spock's Brain and Shades of Grey.
Yeah.
We'll do.
Yeah, maybe Threshold next. They'll be crawling on the ground. Opposite that was Tuvix, a joined at the hip improv show featuring Eugene Cordero and Tawny Newsome.
Oh my God.
Fantastic.
That was lovely too. But again, all through the day there was like panels. I had a panel earlier in the day. Dr. Aaron McDonald had one earlier. Oh, one thing I did every morning on the at sea days, which was really fun. I called it my breakfast office hours. So it was on the schedule there for every day, 8:30 to 9:30. And it would just be like, I'm gonna sit in this spot. Whoever wants to come and just chat about science can come. And it was
fun.
It was really fun. And a lot of people people would be there like way early. Like the people would be there at like 8, for the 8:30 thing. One of the days one of the days I didn't cut it off because I wanted to see how long it would go. And 10:45 it was still going. I was like, okay, it's almost lunchtime. It's time to go now.
I heard
brunch
you had
with the doctor.
there was a special Romulan there too.
There actually, so the Kudas came twice for those, and also Peyton List came on the last day and hung out for a while. So that was really fun.
Oh.
Well, who's Peyton List?
Peyton List plays Narissa she's the Romulan lady in the first season of Picard.
She
Or as
was
some people called her, the
phenomenal.
Pierre
Romulan
has a crush
Lannister.
on Peyton
Yeah.
List.
She was phenomenal. That's so
Yeah.
cool.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
she turned you into a Romulan. You became the cruise party Romulan, which is what everybody's talking about in the live chat. They're like, we want Dr. Party Cruise Romulan.
Well, to be clear, Thomas Supernaut was the one who actually turned me into the Romulan because he's the makeup artist who was there. And I actually hurt my ear. My ear's still bleeding from taking that off.
Oh, God.
Oh, you ripped it off? They tell you never
Well, I
to do
did it in the shower over like
You're
course
so
of a half hour. But still,
violent.
like, didn't do it. Yeah, but yes, she did come observe. We actually hung out that whole day together, which was wonderful. But yeah, she observed. It was making
Aw.
sure it was all done right and stuff like that. I was
Yeah.
like, and she actually, it's funny. She had tips from when I mean, not to Thomasina's I did, but she would tell me. So when I did it, they would go like they wouldn't just completely replace the eyebrow. She said initially they were doing it, but eventually they learned to just use the first half and then
Right.
continue from there rather than trying to do the whole thing. Otherwise, it looks much more like the guy from Seinfeld when they drew his eyebrows. Do you remember that episode?
No.
There's an episode with George's boss, I think it was, where like some of the actors' eyebrows
Was
they
Uncle
drew them on there.
Leo.
Yeah, that was it. You
Uncle
remember it.
Leo, what are you doing?
Just like black eyebrows.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
Oh gosh, I do remember this actually. Here, let me pull it up.
Yes, there you go. Oh my
I mean, his
gosh.
shirt
Alright.
does look a bit Romulan.
Yeah.
And then we had 2 stops too during the cruise. So there were 2 days that were not at sea days, but they were like shore days. So first one was in Curacao, when did we land? We landed Curacao at 12:30 and we left at 11 p.m. So 12:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. So almost 12 hours there, which was great. And it was fun. I mean, people could, some people had scheduled excursions. I just walked around with a friend for a little bit, and a lot of people just did sort of casual things. Went to the beach a little bit and stuff
Right,
like that.
because the next island is super close, right? So that's why they could do the full day and night there. And then the next day
7 a.m. You're in Aruba.
First
Yeah.
thing.
Awesome.
Because they're just chilling. It's like 20 miles away or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, it was like I went to bed and woke up and we're in a different island. Okay. It's not the same
That's
place
so
we were
cool.
before. Get off the ship and do different stuff there.
It's kind of like you're on the Enterprise.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Exactly. And it's lovely with those days they don't have as much programming on the ship on purpose because they know some of the talent are going to be going off and they're encouraging people to do it. There's a little bit, there are things happening, but it's kind of like it's low key. It's not they're sort of constant. I mean, they definitely keep us like busy on at sea days.
Yeah.
The shore days are much more like, okay, you can do whatever you want now.
Sure, fun too.
So fun.
The contrast between the short days and then the panel days or at sea days are really fun because you get this jam-packed schedule a couple of days and then you get to relax and enjoy the sun and it's great.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I'll tell you what some of the other evening events were just so you have some other examples.
We want to know what your panels were, Dr. Nora.
Yeah.
Interesting. Let me tell you about the others. I'll come back to that.
Oh, and also the cosplay contest.
Oh yeah, I'll
Right,
show
you
pictures
were
from
a
that. I have
judge.
some pictures from that. I'll show you in a second.
Oh, awesome.
So on the Curacao day, the evening thing was Star Trek Squares game show with Walter Koenig as the center square.
Oh yeah,
That was
so
funny.
cute.
That was very funny. It definitely got crude at times, as you might imagine, but that's okay.
Did you get Salty Walty?
Yeah.
When he starts losing that filter, he turned into Salty Walty.
Oh. The next day was Darmok and Jalad and Friends featuring John Delancey and the Curtis Institute of Music. That was really interesting. It was basically there were a lot of sort of performers doing, somewhat changed renditions of like the most familiar theme songs. They actually started the Enterprise one that had somebody singing, and they're like, no, and they cut them off, which was kind of funny.
Rude.
Yeah, a little rude, but kind of funny. But they also had something that was inspired by Darmok and Jalad, and it was a completely original thing. And he described how it was, how it had the different steps. Like this is representing the effort of communication. This is when the understanding begins. It was really lovely hearing it and seeing this big talented set of performers doing those. So that was
Awesome.
great. Yeah. Day 6. Oh yeah, day 6 was Q's costume contest. So actually, let me show you a couple of pictures. I don't have lots of them, but I have a couple of them here. I'll show
My
you guys.
favorite one.
Yeah, I'll start with your favorite one. So this is Oksana
Oh,
wow.
Troy and Mr. Home.
Oh, and also I saw another picture of him later on in the night where he was drinking and he brought like one of those really long glasses, like Mr. Home actually drinks out of.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
He did have his little bell too, the little dong.
Yeah, and imagine packing that huge suitcase thing. That's crazy.
Oh,
Oh,
home sweet home.
Wow, cool.
Satan's robot was
There's
so
something for our
interesting.
Voyager
That is
fans.
so cool.
Right? It's really good.
Yeah.
I like this one for its simplicity. Like,
Oh,
you see
yeah.
it says
That's
psychiatric help and then the Charlie Brown shirt. I thought that was
cute.
lovely. And
Look at
then
the people on the side, like
Yeah.
Yeah,
oh yeah, he's
they're
gonna go.
loving it.
Here's one for Ryan.
Yeah.
Hey,
Wow.
dumb jut human. Yep.
That's a tableau.
Oh my God.
And then this one. This is a good crossover one. The Ghostbusters.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Oh man, I love mashup costumes. I love them.
Yeah. No, I love that. I actually don't know who won. I mean, the Kudas and Thomas and I were the pre-judges, so we got 4 for each category. The categories were like most elaborate, most accurate, mashup, and outside of Star Trek universe. So we got it down to 4, and then something happened. I mean, that's when I went to bed. I was like, 10 o'clock, time to go to bed.
Yeah.
I just felt like that was the most legit like judging panel ever. Because sometimes like you get like guest judges who are stars of one show, and it's like they don't know every single episode in detail, like the Akudas and you and Thomas Superman.
Yeah.
Like it was amazing.
And Larry Nemechek.
Do you,
I just want to ask real quick, Mohammed, you said you always make sure to be in bed by 10.
Well, it's like I want to be in my room by 10 and in bed by like 10:30 or 11. Yeah.
Is that when the party Romulan comes out?
Yes.
Maybe so.
You like lock yourself in.
Yeah, no, Party Romulan was definitely out earlier. The Party Romulan was out like 10 a.m.
And were you saying something, Melissa?
Yeah, I had a question, but it wasn't as fun as yours.
We'll save it for later then. It'll be a treat.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and then last night there was the Star Trek Cruise variety show. So that's when basically a bunch of the different people come up there and
cool.
Yeah. So like Doug had kind of a mime/dance performance. Chase was singing for a while.
Doug Jones. Well, he started his career as a mime. His original training was mime training, which is why he's so eloquent and fluid and
Garrett had a comedy thing for Aaron McDonald and I. They had us like compete on like identifying elements from the periodic table. So, they're like, what is W? I'm like, tungsten. But yeah, it was fun. I mean, it was a great experience as always. I mean, I very, very, very highly recommend the cruise for anybody who's potentially interested in it.
Are you going again next year?
Yeah, Marty, let's go. And actually, the website's already up. The dates are already there. It goes out of Miami this time too.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
Cool.
Oh, man.
Yeah, if you go to StarTrekTheCruise.com, you can find it right there, and it has already a list of people there and ready to go. So
yeah,
it's going to be heavily featuring Voyager. So there's a lot of the Voyager cast going. It's the 30th anniversary of Voyager.
No thanks. Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
It's similar to the one that Melissa and I were on together for Star Trek the Cruise 4, because that was the 25th, I think, anniversary for Voyager, right? Actually, that makes sense because 2020 versus 2025.
Yeah.
That's
that
really
was
cool.
The last one before COVID.
Yeah. Yeah, it was as COVID started.
Yes.
We know we have you for a very limited amount of time today. So before you go, can you tell us any final highlights or what you enjoyed most about it or what you're looking forward to the most for the next one?
I mean, this is gonna sound trite, and I know everybody says this all the time, but honestly, it's the community. I mean, that's why we're all there. I mean, it's great getting to see like the talent and the panels, things like that. But I mean, you can find panels on YouTube and things like that too, especially at Virtual TrekCon.
Hell yeah!
Exactly.
Like people getting ice cream cones at night and then walking around the promenade. I was like,
oh my God.
Okay, this actually looks really relaxing and fun.
But I mean, just being together with like this group of friends for a solid week, and you're all like on the same ship and getting to run into, and we all share something in common. You know, everybody there loves Star Trek, or is at least, you know, the partner of somebody who loves Star Trek.
Yeah.
So we have something to chat about, and you know, the place is decorated in there, and we have great stops and we have great experiences shared together. I mean, nothing beats that. Everything else is you know, bonus.
I will say something about the lines. Something positive about the lines is that you get to meet so many different people when you're waiting in line.
It's true.
Yeah.
That's always the big. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I would say the one line that was a little long this time was for the Federation Trading Post. That's there where you buy books by people on the ship or T-shirts. That tended to be a little bit long right at first, but by the end it was shorter, but there was also fewer stuff left.
Yeah,
it's because you had your book for sale there.
Mine was gone fast. I should have ordered more. That was a mistake on my part.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I was going to say the big advice about people that go to conventions for the first time, a lot of people give the advice of you're going to be in line, sometimes make friends.
Totally.
Just talk to the person in front of you, talk to the person behind you. It's okay. Guess what? You got a pretty good icebreaker. You probably have common interests.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You could probably ask this person, who's your favorite captain? And unlike the grocery store line, they'll have an answer and it'll be a long one.
Yeah. I
mean,
last
like their
year
cosplay or their T-shirt. It's
yes,
amazing.
exactly.
Totally.
Last year was my
from lines.
Exactly.
Were you saying,
I spent 7 hours in lineups more or less last year at STLV because I was getting like all of the autographs that I never got like in my whole life. And I met so many people in lineups, like me and these two Hawaiian guys in the Frakes line. We were there for like 3 hours and it was amazing. It was.
And you know what's fun about that too? You all know that you like Frakes. So that's
exactly. Yeah, and even by the time you get up to the front, you're like rooting for the other people when they're getting their pictures taken, and you're like, yeah, go, yeah, line friends. And then for the rest of the time, you see them, and you're like, yeah.
Well, that last part's critical because you're going to see these same people at future conventions too. And be like, oh, it's the guy I stood in line with Frakes. And there's people like I know from other conventions all the time too, and especially with the cruise because like it's so captive, right? So you'll see those people. So much. It's not like they're going to go take off and go someplace else. Like, you're on the ship. You're on maybe deck 11, but you're on the ship.
Yeah.
All right, Dr. Noor, you have to go. But before you do, we have one question in the live chat that we've got to know the answer to. Zanzis Primo 702 says, what was your favorite cruise food? What was your go-to?
Ooh.
Good question. Honestly, I was eating a lot of fried chicken because I just love fried chicken. Not that exciting, but I ate a lot of that. A lot of food was, the food was like quite good in the main dining area.
Dude, their pasta was good.
Yeah, the pasta was good. They had some really good Indian dishes that there was one Indian night that was actually surprisingly good. The escargot was like crazy good. I'm used to not being that great, but yeah. There was honestly a lot. I don't know. There was spinach once. It sounds really boring. There was something that looked like just boiled spinach. It clearly was not that, but it was something that looked like boiled spinach in the vegan line at one point in time. And I was like, oh my God, this is crazy good. I don't know if it had some just perfect garlic and other seasoning in it.
But
did you bring some back for us vegetarians?
No, sorry. It was crazy good though. I remember just going by like, whoa, I thought this was I was taking it just as vegetable. But this is like great.
Ooh, awesome.
You said spinach and I'm like, I'm listening.
Yeah, yum. We like spinach, carrots, broccoli, all kinds. Boy, vegetables are great. Anyway, Dr. Noor, thank you so much for putting a smile on all of our faces. We miss having you every week, but we know you're extremely busy. Once things get a little lighter for you in a couple months, though, we're looking forward to having you back way more. And we'll be seeing you in San Francisco in a few days.
Oh, all right. I don't know about that part, but thank you. Have a great time out there. And thanks, everybody. Y'all.
Bye, Dr. Noor. Maf Noor. That's at MAFNOOR if you'd like to follow him on social media.
Yeah, and one of the nicest people you will ever meet. Ever, ever, ever.
One of? Wow, you've lived a good life.
Oh, there's some pretty great people, including it right here on
Name
the screen.
8.
Well, Ryan,
okay, no,
Jenny, Henry, Mohammed.
All right.
Oh.
Let's say hello to everybody in the live chat.
What's crazy about the cruise that I observed? So somebody who was on the Star Trek cruise stayed for the 80s cruise.
That's happened before.
I'm like, what? You're staying on the same boat 2 weeks? And they started posting what comes on the 80s cruise. So you know how every day the cabins get souvenir. So it's the same souvenirs, but like instead of it saying Star Trek, it says 80s. Like the hats were the same. Like the tote
Yeah,
bags.
and
I'm
these
like, this is
people,
so crazy.
they pack for 2 weeks, but they pack
Totally
1 week
different
Star
stuff.
Trek and 1 week 80s.
Like I
I'm
was
like
looking at
loving
the
that.
robot guy and just thinking how like when people show up to these things with giant costumes, I mean
I
it's
know.
amazing as it is, but it's also like you traveled with that.
I
Like
know.
Right.
Or that Mr. Home prop that's like that huge
yes.
thing. And I'm just like, also just like must take up so much
Yeah.
space in those tiny rooms.
Mhm.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. So let's say hi to some friends in the live chat, and then we're going to move forward into our full preview of hashtag STSF.
Oh my
Hey,
God, I'm
Glenn
so excited.
Iverson, Dave Gregory, Allison Leach Hyde, who says, hi, Jenny R. Johnson.
Hi.
One Trek fan's out in Canada, but she better be at this convention. I feel like she's going to be there. She doesn't seem like somebody that would miss it. John Davis, hello.
I need
Joshua
somebody that would
M.
miss it.
Patton of CBR.com. War Dog Heim out in Montana. Bob D. KL Bliss Dish. Matt Boardman, the Matt Boardman, of course. Zanzas Primo. We see all of you. Chuck A. Lucia out in Brazil. Crawford Fulton King. Thank you so much. We saw that super chat. Thank you. Really appreciate you. And Melissa says, hello to you. All right. Faith Howell's here. That's great. SC Nurse is also here.
Oh, yeah, Sonia. I can't wait to see you.
Who's SC Nurse?
Sonia.
Oh,
From
really?
LA
Oh,
Beach.
cool.
Who's like your real life friend.
Yes, SoCal Nurse, maybe. I was thinking South Carolina Nurse, but maybe it's like Southern California
Oh my
Nurse.
God, I'm so excited for this weekend.
Cool.
And you know
All
the
right.
other amazing thing about STSF before we get into all the amazing things is that STLV is so it's like the best thing ever, but it's also so hectic and there's so many different rooms with so many things going on. And I've seen I've never been to a smaller convention, but everybody says this and it seems to like track that like you see everybody so much more because you're all like in the main room and it's just like less different tracks and different people running around. I can't wait.
I wonder if the Star Trek celebrities, when they're on the cruise or something like that, it's like the opposite. They're like, oh, it's pretty cool. It's like a convention, but you see everybody way more. maybe that's like a bad thing. They're like, you know, those people you can't get rid of at your table. Imagine running into them every day for 7 days.
Well, I mean, I assume they're paid accordingly to reflect that. But yeah.
Right. And everybody's great. I'm mostly kidding.
Oh my God, yeah.
Also, on our way out from the cruise, over at StarTrek.com, check this out, everybody, on your free time. Look at this.
So I'm just gonna like preface. So like the Star Trek door like contest is my favorite thing of like stalking the cruise. So my favorite one of this year is number 2.
Oh my goodness, that is so
amazing.
good. Wow.
That's funny.
That's excellent. So for those of you just listening in, it's Kirk yelling Khan in the Here's Johnny from the Shining version. I mean, it's quite the crossover.
Like he's kind of coming out of the door. It's amazing.
Yeah.
There was one year where somebody actually did like a laminated glass window of Dixon Hill, and then there were business cards you could take, so it looked like it was actually the door to Dixon Hill.
That's awesome.
That's the one to beat.
One of them has to have the revolving door from that second season TNG episode.
Royale.
Yeah.
Royale with cheese.
That would be fun.
So anyway, plenty to look at. Everybody feel free to check.
So great.
Wow, beautiful.
Love that.
Check those out at StarTrek.com. Moving forward, everybody in the live chat, let us know, are you ready to talk about Trek to San Francisco? It is finally here. We've been talking about it for months. It's been announced for months, and people went from, that's interesting, maybe I'll go, to Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't look like there's to then. I don't know. I'm not gonna. I'm probably not gonna go. Are you gonna? Are you? Oh, you are gonna go? I don't know. Maybe I'll. To and they just kept going and now people are like, I'm totally
Like,
going.
red
Are you
alert,
going?
buy
It's
your
almost
ticket.
selling out. We
Yeah.
gotta go. We gotta go an extra day. Get your plane tickets. I can't wait to try the burger at the bar. The food looks delicious. I mean, now people are going nuts for it.
Yeah.
Well,
And there's
that
some
French
people.
toast.
Yeah, their
I'm
food
down with
does
that.
look delicious,
It looks really good.
And then there's some people that are still like, nah, I'm probably not gonna go, but they're gonna go.
I mean, I went to my first STLV. I decided to go. I went on Friday and I decided Wednesday night after it had already started.
Oh
So
my
you never
God.
know.
Okay,
Mm.
so in the live chat, KL Bliss says, my car's packed. I haven't begun packing yet. I need to get to this.
Mm.
I sent
Okay,
you your packing list.
thank you. Robert Smith said, thanks to Ryan and Creation for the gold passes. Thank you for doing the contest, Robert.
Yay.
That's a lot of fun.
Yay.
So glad to see you here.
Awesome winners.
We had a lot of
Yeah.
winners, and we can't wait to see them having fun because that's like the best.
Yeah.
That's going to be so cool. All right, so let's do this full preview here. First things first, trekmovie.com did an article. They whipped one up super quick. It's entitled,
They're going to be there?
Yep. Creation brings back regional Star Trek conventions starting in San Francisco this weekend. Chicago in the fall. They're not
Which
wasting
is
any
a
time.
huge.
We're getting right into it. That's it. So now it's not just Las Vegas. It went to San Francisco and Chicago is next. That we're already at 3 per year now.
It's
so
amazing.
Far.
So many
Yay.
people's speculation was like, yeah, but it'll probably be Chicago in the spring. This is like an amazing, amazing update.
Amazing timing too. All right. So this is a great article which covers a lot though about, what we're going to cover. Actually, this is important here. It talks about the location here. This is a good one. So it reads a little something like this. For years, Creation has been looking to bring back local Trek conventions. Berman, this is Gary Berman, co-founder, co-CEO of Creation Entertainment. Berman told Trek Movie, we wanted to bring the best of Las Vegas to these regional cities. End quote. It's been years since Creation held a Star Trek con in San Francisco, but the company has continued to run other conventions there, like one for the Vampire Diaries. This weekend's STSF con is being held in the same location which was used in the past for Trek conventions as well. Quote, it's a nice hotel for this, very cool and futuristic looking, says Berman. Interesting. So they had conventions at this exact hotel before.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this. Wow, it does look cool.
That's awesome.
My God, I can't wait to get one of the rooms that looks over the atrium so I can watch everybody.
Oh, cool.
You're going to be there tomorrow. You don't have to wait that much. You are actually going to be there at this time tomorrow.
So excited.
I'm almost going to be there at this time tomorrow, actually. Then you can scroll down a bit more. There's a lot of fun stuff here. Some familiar faces as well. Check this out. It mentions me and Bonnie and our little video that we did to promote this thing. It's going really well. The Hollow Lounge Bar with Prodigy's Bonnie Gordon singing jazz. Cool. Dominic and Connor karaoke. That is so fun when they do that at STLV. It's going to be amazing this year. Wine tasting with Casey Biggs. That is a do not miss. Andy Richardson, Kindred, TOS producer. Remember her? She was featured a bit
Andy Kindred
at STLV last year. Well, this time she's going to get more time and featured more. It's going to be great.
Which is especially amazing because she lives in Australia. So we're so lucky to have her.
So geez, that's awesome.
Right. Anyway, so this covers a lot of it. be sure to check that out. Oh, this is fun. Check this out. I'm going to try to read this in the way that it was intended. Husk tells Trek movie.
Oh,
See if I can get
intimacy.
see if I can get the voice right. I think the intimacy and special events of this new regional convention tour is going to be incredibly fun, and I'm extremely excited for it. I do think that it is going to be a little bit more intimate. It's going to be smaller, a little more compact. It's going to be, you're going to see these people a lot more. It's going to be, I don't know, I'm super excited for that possibility of just a different feel, a lot of special events. It's going to be different than STLV, but, you know, going to have a lot of the good stuff from STLV.
Absolutely.
There's a panel we got an email about that I'm so excited, especially as like a huge fan of virtual shows and people who've been at VTC before. And that's the Life Support Live first ever actual in real life panel with Larry and Dr. Ali Matu, who I think is just like incredible.
Oh, cool.
And Sirach is joining them as their first ever guest.
Sirach
So wonderful. So great.
All right, so let's go to creationent.com for this next item.
Ooh.
Here it is. View the schedule online. This is what we want, right?
TSF is landing.
Here it is. All right.
Yes.
So it actually starts on Thursday night, March 7th. So definitely be sure to get there early. And if you get there on Thursday, don't just go up and go to bed. Just be aware that there's stuff to do. There's a paint party. DS9 paint party.
So
check that out.
I looked at pictures that this guy has done with his paint parties in the past. And basically you come away with a canvas of something that you made that looks professional, and it's incredible. And his Deep Space Nine examples are just like wall worthy. They would look like real art. They're beautiful.
We got to get Jenny R. Johnson on there. That's for damn sure.
I'm available.
Before we go into that full schedule, though, check this out. This is their special events. Welcome our hosts, Bonnie Gordon and Ryan T. Husk. So we'll be around. We'll be doing all kinds of fun stuff. We'll be doing some interviews. We'll be interviewing and introducing most of the panels. We'll be running around the convention floor, handing out free gifts. It's going to be so much fun, and Creation Entertainment is really giving us a lot of leeway to mingle around, make sure everybody's smiling and having a good time, which they obviously will be, and it's going to be great. Really looking forward to that. Also, we've got a Voyager documentary panel. That's going to be cool. Dave Zappone, Lolita Faggio, and myself will be in that one. Here's what Anne-Marie was talking about. The Cisco's Live. Oh, sorry. The trauma and triumph of the Cisco's Live. I don't think the Cisco's are live. Just
amazing. Plus, Dr. Ali Matu is like featured on USA Today. He's like a celebrity psychologist and just incredible.
He is.
I can't wait.
Exploration of the moon? What?
Whoa!
That's so cool.
This is going to be great. We
do love the moon.
Speaking of the moon, do you remember, oh, cute kitty. Do you remember that Mac Tonight half moon that would play
Doug Jones. McDonald's?
That was Doug Jones.
That's crazy.
Right, that was one of his first gigs.
All right. Bye.
All right.
I thought you were going to try and sell us a moon.
Yeah, like Cousin Gayla. Into the Future with NASA. That's going to be a fun one. That's on Sunday. Oh, Sirach and Ryan. We're going to have a special guest on this one. Melissa Longo joining in the fun. Surprise, Melissa.
I learned about that today.
Yeah. I was today years old.
I'm so excited. It's very exciting.
Saturday after party at the Hollow Lounge. That's going to be a lot of fun too. Bonnie Gordon will be singing. Ooh, Vic Fontaine, jazzy tunes.
Nice. I listen to those every day.
Oh, this
So
is amazing. So this is Andy Richardson Kindred here. She can be on twice, once on Saturday, once on Sunday. So definitely go every day. You don't want to miss any of this stuff.
Yeah.
New World on Mars with Robert Zubrin. This is what you're really coming for, isn't it? You're coming for us, aren't you? Go ahead and admit it. God bless. Coming for us. You know you want to hear us sing karaoke.
Our party for you who does the painting parties is actually in the live chat. Amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, hello and welcome.
A major follower of all the art parties. They're so cool.
Ah, cool.
It is cool.
Yeah, because I first heard about them because when I started following Creations Everything, they do the art party for vampire convention, like Vampire Diaries conventions.
Oh, cool.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
And look at that handsome bunch.
Oh, yeah.
They're so great.
This is why I got my cocktail dress dry cleaned. I'm not going to be like outshone by these guys.
So this is the Rat Pack. They will be singing and performing on Saturday night. They're always a great time, just unbelievable. It's gonna be a little strange. I'm used to seeing them on Sunday nights to close out the convention.
I know.
Yeah. I guess it won't be accompanied with that like sad feeling of the convention being over. It'll be accompanied with, oh, there's still another day.
Yeah, that's cool.
By the way, everybody, daylight savings this weekend. Yes.
Classic.
So we're losing an hour of sleep on Sunday morning. So do not so don't party too late on Saturday night. And if there's a panel you want to see on Sunday morning, you got to make sure to go an hour earlier than what you're thinking, because it's going to be a little weird.
Yeah.
It's going to be weird to have a convention on daylight savings, huh?
It's going to be weird.
I've done it before.
They have a lot of coffee. I'm ready.
You've done it, Jenny?
Yeah. Yeah. But, at least our phones change the time for us now.
Right.
Great point.
Like, it's not like the olden days.
Where you have to go,
Yeah.
Well, the hotel clock next to your bed's not going to change, right?
That's a fact.
This is a fact.
Oh, life is so confusing.
Yeah.
I don't know how people do it.
Your oven clock will also not change. So when you get home, it's going to be crazy.
Same with the microwave.
Okay. No, what about the car clock, though? I can't be the only one that considers and sometimes actually does just be like, I'm going to change it again in 6 months. Let me just leave it. It'll be fine. It'll be on time eventually.
Mine's already set for daylight savings.
Since November.
Yes.
All right. I think there was a little bit more here. So do not miss the Rat Pack, everybody.
Awesome.
Saturday night.
I've never seen it with Neelix.
Well, you're in for a treat.
Oh,
this is going to be nuts. We've got Star Trek pinball machines being brought to this convention.
That is amazing.
I just learned the other day that pinball was illegal till like the 1940s.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Weird.
And I feel like such a rebel.
Yeah.
Everything was illegal except for like kids drinking and smoking and stuff back then, right? Candy, cigarettes. Okay. Play Trek pinball in vendor's room and watch guest competition for charity.
Oh, cool.
Battle the Borg, the Klingons, Nero, the Vengeance, and even Nomad. Square off against Q. Rescue crew personnel. Enter a space-time continuum. Whoa, all that in a pinball machine. This is amazing. Oh, looks like there's other good stuff too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play
amazing.
Those.
So here's where it gets even more interesting.
Ooh.
Plus, we'll have a competition on stage with select guests, and whoever gets the best score will win $1,000 donated to their favorite charity. Come cheer for your favorite star. Vaughn Armstrong,
sweet.
Jeff Combs, Casey, Ethan, Max, Sirach. It's
Awesome.
gonna be a good
Aw.
time.
All great causes too.
Mm-hmm. The
Our
outpost
party for
room.
you people.
Got the outpost room. Take a break from exploring the galaxy of the convention with a fun and creative room full of activities, including these.
Nice.
See, aren't they gorgeous?
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Darmak and Jalad.
Yeah.
I love that.
Painting parties. The aforementioned,
cool.
I should say.
Mhm.
Cosplay contest. This is people love cosplay contests.
Look at the little minions.
They're not that
Kirk
little.
and Spock minions. I love
Oh,
it.
I see a pike.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That guy's so good.
Wow. Yeah. So be in your cosplay best or your cosplay chill, whatever. Remember, Friday is one-off characters day. So any character from any series or movie that was just in one. You could be Jayla from, what was that, Star Trek Beyond?
Yeah.
It was Beyond Meat, right? So you could be
Mm.
Jayla, you could be the Tranya guy, you could be anything. And then Saturday is what is Saturday? Saturday is aliens, non-human stuff.
Cool.
So that's Andorians, Klingons, Malon. Everybody wants to dress up as the Malon.
Absolutely.
They're here to take the trash out.
Yeah, what about the Borg? Well, it has to be a non-human Borg.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So you could
It
be a
doesn't have to
triple,
be.
Nuh-uh.
triple
I mean, you can do
Borg.
whatever you want,
Yes.
really. I mean, and then Sunday is Starfleet Day. So just dress in your Starfleet best, be whatever you want, be a commander, like Kelly Rowland sings that commander song everybody knows. Was it Kelly Rowland? Somebody in the live chat, let me know. It's a good song. Anyway, so that'll be a lot of fun. Can't wait for all of that.
Oh, look at the lol. No, and well, yeah, there too.
Wait, where do you see Lol?
Up in the
On
group.
like the far right.
Yeah.
Oh, right here. Yes, I see her.
Well, I was thinking right next to her is somebody with Darth's hat on.
Oh, that's Harry Mudd, is it?
Yes.
Ooh, good knowledge.
Wow, these guys are great. Okay.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Anyway, scrolling down a bit more. Focus on Star Trek cosplay, we just mentioned. Friday's one-off characters, Saturday, any non-human character. Ooh, that could be Data.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sunday, Starfleet or Spock. Talk about cosplay at conventions. Oh, this is great. Joni
Yeah.
Bosas and Stephanie Rose are going to be there.
Yeah,
This is
that's
really
so
good
awesome.
stuff.
Mhm.
It's really great.
Trivia
I love how much emphasis they're putting on cosplay because it's such it can be just such a fun extra piece of the puzzle, especially at a smaller convention.
Totally.
Mm.
And there's another thing. Trivia games. Genre-themed trivia game. You can be one of 90 chosen fans to play one of 3 rounds, with the last person standing earning the title and winning gift certificates.
Oh, cool.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah, it's going to be, there's some pretty cool and difficult questions in there. And let's just say we're very excited about this.
Awesome.
So you don't want to miss these, Jenny. No minimum bid auctions. People love these too. You can get all kinds of great stuff. Great gems. Oh, the
Oh my God, I'm so
Roddenberry
excited.
Ah.
There's Mario, our good friend Mario Lira, who used to always be working at the Roddenberry
Oh, cool.
booth or section.
Mhm.
And that's it. So
That's all.
those are the featured events. That's not even everything that's on the schedule, though.
Mm-mm.
You guys have any thoughts so far before we go into the full schedule? Because they've released the full schedule. Does this make me seem more like Captain Picard when I say schedule?
Well, here's one question. On Thursday, so like obviously after travel day and everything, I'm gonna need to be so well rested to start the games. Like, what time does the landing party start on Thursday? Or whatever it's called.
Good question. I guess you're about to find out.
Mm-hmm.
So it starts at 1:30 p.m. on Thursday. So get there as early as possible on Thursday. No, I'm just kidding. It's like
That's my siesta time.
you sleep all day. Let's see. I believe it's 9 o'clock. Yes, let's pull this up. Also, everybody in the live chat, before I pull that up, let us know, do you have any questions? We may not be able to answer them, but the answer may be somewhere on this schedule that we can find because we've been parsing through it quite a bit. All
What
right.
are you most excited about?
I'll tell you what I'm most excited about personally. When I heard that there was going to be this new San Francisco convention, and it was going to be slightly smaller than an STLV, of course, but actually bigger than I expected. They're going to be like 30 guests. It's actually pretty big. At first, it looked like it was going to be 10 to 15. Then it got really big. So what I'm looking forward to is the newness of it. Not just the newness of a new town, and the newness of new people going, because these regional things are going to get a new crowd. They're going to get the people that go, I can't go all the way to Las Vegas, but I can go 10 miles up the street to San Francisco or 30 miles away to Chicago, or I can go to New Jersey because I live in whatever's near New Jersey, Pennsylvania, I guess, Delaware. I don't know.
Yeah.
And so it's really cool that you're going to get this new clientele and a lot of people that have never been to a convention before. And it's going to be so fun to be like, welcome, new friend. You're going to like it here. And making new friends and all that. But yeah, that's what it is, the newness of it. Also the newness of the fact that it's going to be different than STLV. We're going to have, special games and special prizes and special contests and different kinds
and a free
of
airport
panels.
Shuttle, which is amazing.
An airport shuttle,
which is amazing, for free.
It's just, it just feels super exciting to do something new and different, and I think it's going to be fun to have it smaller and more intimate, rather than just this giant thing where there's no way you could possibly see everything. Something this size, I think you'll be able to see everything.
Well, that's what I like about the schedule, is that there's nothing overlapping.
Oh, wow.
Totally.
Okay.
So
no conflicts.
To everything.
Crazy.
There was one other thing we didn't mention, which is Bonnie's piano player. So I was like reading through the emails and it was like, oh, Bonnie's bringing a piano player from what she thinks. He's in 2 episodes of Star Trek. So I was like, time to memory alpha Christopher Halstead. And he plays like a Gemini and What You Leave Behind. But then he also is in the TNG episode Cost of Learning, where he plays First Learner. Not sure if you guys can remember, but that's one of the people who takes a mud bath with Block.
Is he the one with the beard?
No, he's like one of the 2 like who are sort of like similar.
Right, yeah.
Oh my god. And I'm just like,
that's awesome.
So starstruck. I can't even wait. Okay.
And I just like to add, actually it's Matt Boardman would like to add, also, can we say how cool it is that Ryan gets to be one of the co-hosts for this convention? He's so happy for you, and we are also happy for you.
Thank you. That's
Ryan.
Very nice of you to say. I'm also very happy for me.
Good.
I mean, it's just going to add more fun to the whole thing, honestly. It's going to be a different kind of feel because it's going to go from I'm just going to show up and screw around and like look at everything and do whatever I want to now, before I was leaderless, directionless.
Yeah.
And now I have direction. And so I feel like it's just going to be even more fun because I'm going to have things to do and I'm going to be able to hand out prizes and play fun games. I've got this special game that I came up with, and these people at Creation are so great and so fun and so supportive. I'm so excited about this stuff. And because it's so nerdy, it's so
That's
Star
awesome.
Trek nerdy. And as soon as I'm started doing this, I'm like, oh my God, I'm getting so many more ideas for nerdy Star Trek games. But you know how us nerds are. Every one of us could come up with some pretty darn fun Star Trek games because that's how our brains work. All right. Let's talk about the schedule.
I'm just leaning into my FOMO
So
here.
excited.
Oh, we should also do a poll, actually, because Jenny mentioned the FOMO. Okay. So let's do a quick poll here. Here it is. Okay, so for those of you that want to avoid the FOMO, we've got a new poll in the live chat. The question is, should Jenny go to STSF?
Yes.
If I wasn't going right now, it would be hitting me really hard. I'd be like, be like changing my mind by the minute, going, maybe I should just go. Maybe I should just go. Everybody else is
Mission
going. It looks fun.
Chicago.
I almost went to that too.
Always
All
go.
right. So everybody vote. If it's more than 50%, no. If it's more than 85% yes, she has to go. We'll put the bar up super high because Melissa's going.
It's already really high.
So it's easy to limbo, but not easy for high jump. Got it.
You're too far away.
All right. Now we're really going to do the schedule. No, you're right, Jenny. You probably can't go. I mean, unless it's over 85%, then what can we do? So, well,
right now it's at 92%. So,
and she's voted 4 times for no, by the way.
To be clear, I want to.
Here's the schedule. Thursday, March 7th. Hopefully people are going that day. Actually, our next poll should be asking people if they are going, what day are they arriving? That'll be fun.
Yes.
So remember, really, as long as you're here, as long as you're there in San Francisco, and by the way, it's Burlingame, very, very close to the San Francisco airport. So it's actually more convenient than San Francisco because it's the San Francisco airport SFO is in Burlingame. So that's really important. Okay. So as long as you're there by, say, late afternoon or early evening, you will be there in time for when everything begins to open. Registration, 6 p.m. VIP, blah, 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 blah. 7 p.m. Copper, 7:30 general admission. Registration closes at 8. It's okay. It's just for Thursday night. Just because it closes that day doesn't mean you can't get your stuff. Look right here. You can still do it on Friday. Everything's fine on Friday. And it's open all day long on Friday. So don't worry. No sweat, no rush.
Also, like the nighttime party is in like the atrium area where you don't need a bracelet, right? If you get there too late.
Right.
Yeah, probably.
Well, it's free.
So then on Thursday night, we've got this paint party, DS9. We remember that. 9 p.m. Creation After Dark. Ooh, that sounds positively naughty, like cute. Arriving on your bridge naked, floating for some reason.
Nice.
We just reviewed that episode on the 7th rule. So that's at 9 p.m. Creation After Dark. The welcome party. It's free to all. It's free to everybody. It's at the 360 bar at the atrium level, like Anne-Marie just mentioned. Anybody can go, whether you've gone through registration or not. We will have prizes. We will have, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I was gonna name a bunch of other stuff, but it's gonna be a surprise.
I won't be surprised.
Then on Friday, so isn't this beautifully separated here?
Mhm.
The black color is vendors, blue is theater, right? That's the main theater. In blue, purple is photo ops, green is autographs, yellow is VIP lounge. So well organized.
Wow.
Love it.
It's great.
So for example, if it's 10 o'clock, you can either here register copper, gold, captains, everybody above that as well. You can go in the vendor's room all day. It opens starting at 10:30. On Friday, the theater opens at 11:15 a.m. So maybe 10 a.m. wasn't the best thing to do on a Friday because really it starts at 11:50 a.m. Bonnie and Ryan will be saying hello to everybody. And then we'll be introducing Dominic Keating and Connor Trenier. And they're going to be a barrel of monkeys, as they always are. That's a good thing, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Fun is, yeah.
Well, when I said barrel of monkeys, I was like, wow, I don't feel like I've heard that saying said in like my whole lifetime. So I was like, that meant fun, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the whole schedule. 12:45, John Delancey, 1:35, Jonathan Del Arco, 2:20, Dave Blass, 3 p.m., robotic and human exploration of the moon and beyond. Wow.
Ooh.
3:50, intermission. Everybody relax. Take a break.
Well, unless you're signing up for karaoke, that gets crazy.
Yeah, it does. It's like Lord of the Flies in there.
Yes.
4:30, no minimum bid auction, always fun and cool. Music video, 5:35, 5:40, Robert Picardo.
Oh my God.
6:25, the theater closes. 8 p.m., karaoke with Dominic and Connor.
So is that in the theater?
Yeah.
Amazing.
In the one main theater. So that's why there's no conflicts with regards to the programming, is because it's all in one main theater called the Grand Theater. It's D through G. The only conflicts would be if you're getting specific photo ops at certain times and things like that. But otherwise, it's going to be super easy to catch everything.
So nice.
Then, Creation After Dark, the karaoke after party, 9:30 p.m. at the 360 bar atrium level.
That's almost Mohammed's bedtime.
It is. He's brushing his teeth. He's like, creation after party, more like bedtime. So definitely do not miss that, because there will also be prizes and all kinds of things at that party. You do not want to miss that one either. Very important. Okay. Then you click over here, Saturday.
Oh
Look
my
at this.
gosh.
This is where it gets really full. It opens at 9:30 a.m. Welcome with Bonnie and Ryan. Then we have Andy Richardson, Kindred, talks about Gene Kuhn and Gene Roddenberry, moderated by Larry Nemechek. Perfect guy to moderate. Then we have Terry and Todd. It's the Terry and Todd show. They're going to be great. Then we have the Rat Pack, but not performing their music. They're going to be warming up the audience. Nice. Vaughn, Casey, Jeff, Max, Ethan, moderated by Lolita. This is going to be too much fun. For those of you that have never been to a Star Trek convention, you're not really sure who's who. Vaughn Armstrong and Jeff Combs have basically been everybody. Casey Biggs was Damar. Max Grodenchik was Rom. Ethan Phillips was Neelix.
I'm so excited. I've always wanted to see Neelix.
You've never seen him?
I only saw him walking on the street downstairs once for like a second. It was weird that I was staring, but like I'd never seen him at a convention.
Then we've got a no minimum bid auction. Bonnie Gordon is going to do a cool Brent Spiner introduction for all of you. And then the Brent Spiner, of course. Here's a fun one. Sommeliers in Space with Casey Biggs and special guests. Moderated by Bonnie Gordon.
Cute.
Robert Zubrin, The New World on Mars at 3:20. 4:10 cosplay competition. That's going to be fun. 5 p.m. Melissa Navia Mortegas, Lieutenant Ortegas, moderated by Ryan T. Yes, no trivia game. What could that be?
And that's going to be rapid fire.
Anne-Marie, do you know what that is?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought you did. The yes, no trivia game is basically you're going to have trivia questions. They're going to be statements, and it's basically true or false. It's that easy.
Or is it that hard?
If I were to tell you Geordie LaForge wears a visor so that he can see, would you hold up yes or no? You'd probably say yes. And it would be that easy. You would win a prize and a championship that easily. Well, except
Geordie
that there's
and Picard.
Right. Or in First Contact. Although there are going to be 29 other people in this contest. So if they all said yes, you're going to have to do another round. If 10 of them said no, those 10 are out. And then there are just 20 of you. And then there's some of the questions are going to be really hard. Some are going to be less hard. But the good news is if it's yes or no, even if you don't know it, you got a 50% chance of getting it right. So you know that in order to get it down to one person, it's going to have to be really hard. There are going to have to be some really tough questions to get it down to one person.
Oh, that's cool.
And you still might win, even if you don't know the answer.
50-50 chance.
Some would say.
On each question. But I mean, it's also not as easy as it sounds because you're like up on stage and the lights are beating down on you, and there might be Star Trek celebrities nearby. Like,
it's still 50-50.
Yeah.
You know, I felt like I was Data when I'm like, every time I've watched the kettle, it has boiled, the water's boiled at the exact same amount of time. You know, from the, what does he say? a watched kettle doesn't, I don't know.
Watched kettle never boils.
Something like that, yeah. But anyway, Anne-Marie's saying, with the lights on, you have even worse than a 50-50 chance of getting it right.
Well, it's still 50-50, but like, I don't know. One time I did a like Wheel of Fortune style one, and I couldn't even get like some easy Star Trek sentence because I was like, oh my God, how does my profile look on stage? And then I couldn't think.
You know, Wheel of Fortune, that sounds fun.
That sounds
You know, we should figure out a way to incorporate a wheel that spins into this yes-no trivia game.
I've seen a picture of it somewhere. And my dreams are on the website.
What do you got for us, Melissa?
Well, if you go back to the website and scroll down, you might find a wheel. Or actually, it was in the email.
Oh.
It was in the email.
But you are absolutely right. We are going to have a wheel to spin, and whatever category it lands on, also there's going to be difficulty levels: easy, medium, and hard. You should root for hard, because if you answer the hard question right, you're knocking out more of the competition. The easy ones, you know, but even the easy ones are going to be kind of tough. Just a fair warning. Especially if you don't know much original series.
But still, you have a 50-50% chance.
Not when you're on stage. All right. Let's get back to this. Anyway, that's going to be so much fun. And we're going to have that game going multiple times. So you don't want to miss this. Let's do a quick look at the poll here. Jenny, you are off the hook. You are
Well, okay,
off.
so one problem is like Robert Kaiser said no because he thinks that makes it more likely Jenny will come to STLV.
Aw,
He is
That's what
right.
he's like.
what a
So
Robert
sweetheart.
Kaiser
I
is
love that.
absolutely right. If you would like
Okay.
to see me at STLV,
Well, you are off the hook, Jenny, because 91% of people said, of course you should go. So you're off the hook. You don't have to stay home. You get to go
Oh,
to Trek to San Francisco. We did it, everybody. We're all going. All right. We did. Oh, man. Life is so interesting.
I love it. It was such an easy solution.
We just had to vote on it.
Why didn't I think of that?
Melissa, so you saw the spinny wheel. What did it look like while I put in this next poll?
Well, it looked like, let me pull up the email. It looked like a spinny wheel. Oh, where did it go? I misplaced it. But it had categories like the original series and Enterprise, and there were.
I just emailed it or Facebook messaged it to you, Ryan.
Oh, okay. So the poll is now up. And the question is, if you are going to STSF, when are you arriving? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday? Okay, so let's look at this cool thing. Here it is. Oh, wow. Yeah, it looks great. How did they pick those colors, though?
I know.
Red, gold, and blue. What color scheme is that?
Ooh.
Oh yeah, Data's
So
there.
fun.
So look at, yeah, Data's data, memorable moments, the originals, one-offs,
Fun.
it's friendship,
I want that category.
second seasons only,
Amazing.
That's fun.
and enterprise incidents.
Incidents. Cute.
So these are a lot of fun.
Oh,
So
cool.
time to bone up on your trivia, everybody. Time to get ready for that. What's going to be funny is if we have a question about like one-off characters and people are actually cosplayed as that character.
Oh my god, amazing.
Okay.
But yes or no? I feel like I would have a better chance at that than than what I was thinking originally.
Yeah.
I was like,
Some are going to be really hard though.
yeah, but still, you have 50% chance.
Oh yeah. All right. So lastly, let's go to Sunday. Sunday is going to be a fun day because the theater opens at 9:30 a.m., but it'll feel like 8:30.
Nice.
So bring some snacks, have some goodies with you. Make sure you hydrate and you have breakfast and you stay healthy. It's important so you can enjoy the full day with us. Okay, look at this beautiful thing. So the main theater opens 9:30. We welcome you. 10 a.m. Andy Richardson Kindred talks about Nichelle Nichols and Grace Lee Whitney. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's super.
10:45, yes, no trivia game. Hey, another one of these guys. Then with it and 30 minutes to knock it out. So these questions have to be really tough.
Wow.
10:15 into the future with NASA. 12 p.m. no minimum bid auction. These guys got cool stuff.
Their auctions are always so amazing.
12:45 Eugene Cordero, Don Lewis, and Tawny Newsome, moderated by Bonnie Gordon. 1:30 Gates McFadden. 2:15 cosplayers Joni Brosas and Stephanie Rose. That's gonna be a good one. Don't miss it. 3 p.m. To the Journey, Star Trek Voyager documentary with Lolita Faggio, Ryan T. Husk, and Dave Zappone.
Well, plus, I heard you guys are showing like an extended Jerry Ryan 7 clip, which is going to be extra awesome because then Jerry Ryan's on the stage right after you guys.
Oh,
That's what
has
the
that
email
been
said.
rumored?
That's what the
It's
email said.
it's very true. It is
That's
very true.
awesome.
This was also mentioned during VTC,
Yeah.
our Voyager panel. So you do not want to miss this, everybody. It's going to be a really cool preview.
Mhm.
I mean, if you love Star Trek and Voyager, which everybody does.
Yes, definitely, especially 7 episodes.
Did somebody say Jerry Ryan? Yes, and
And
Michelle
Michelle Hurd.
Hurd. What a fantastic duo that is. They'll be talking together at 3:45 p.m. all times Pacific, by the way. Then at 4:30, Ryan T. Husk, Sirach Lofton, Melissa Longo, the Seventh Rule podcast. We will be talking about the state of new Star Trek shows. Since we watch all of them and review all of them, what do we honestly think about it? It's going to be Sirach Lofton, uncensored. Put the kiddies to bed. He's going to rage. Sirach is going to rage. Melissa and I are going to ask him like leading questions like, which show annoys you the most? And he's going to rage. Probably not.
Oh
Probably
my
gonna be all
god,
good
I just
things.
want Tani to come like ask a question from the audience about Lower Decks or Starfleet Academy.
That'd be great. Then we have Life Support Live with Larry Nemechek, Dr. Ali Matu, and Sirach Lofton, the aforementioned. Then audience feedback with Bonnie and Ryan. That's going to be a lot of fun. So you guys can ask us questions, give us suggestions, and if you need anything, just ask Bonnie. But yeah, no, obviously we want to hear what you have to say and keep making this thing better and better and better so that this thing grows like wildfire, which I'm sure it will. Then the closing ceremonies, which are always fun. There it is.
Awesome.
Linda Anderegg made a really great point. Oh,
yes.
She just said to make sure...
After Dark. Sorry, Creation After Dark, After Con party, also free at the 360 bar atrium level. Go nuts.
Nice.
That's fine.
Go ahead, Anne-Marie. Sorry.
So Linda Anderegg made an amazing point, which is to make sure to tell Creation what a wonderful host Ryan T. Husk is.
Yes.
And next time we want photo ops.
You guys are so sweet. But it would be way more believable if you say after the convention.
After, yes.
Because can you imagine if they're like emailing and they're like,
oh my God,
so great. They're
it's
like, doesn't he have to be a host first before you? Otherwise.
Is this Chief or is this like engineering chief Argyle all over again?
Aw, Argyle, we hardly knew ye. All right. So you guys have any final thoughts on this schedule before we move on?
Looks awesome.
What panel are you most looking forward to, Jenny?
Well, there's a lot of them. I mean, I don't even know how I'm going to decide which one I'm going to go to first. But I am really stoked for the Michelle Hurd and Jerry Ryan team up. Because those two are awesome. They should like, I don't know, make a show about the two of them. You know? They could like be the captain and the first officer.
I heard they're going to make a major announcement about that. They were like, we don't want to do it at the cruise. We don't want to do it at Comic-Con. We don't want it. Nope. We're waiting for San Francisco to make a huge announcement.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Melissa doesn't seem to believe that. All right. Boy, this poll is going well. So the question is, if you're going to Star Trek San Francisco, STSF, Trek to San Francisco, when are you arriving? Half the people said Wednesday. Half the people said Thursday. These are con goers. You know, you would think that a lot of people would say, I'm going to show up on Friday morning. Nope. These people are like, I go to conventions. I come early.
Well, you know, if your flight's gonna get canceled and then you're gonna get like that would like cut into your day with the fun landing party. But I mean, Wednesday is for some reason the hotel's way more expensive. It's like a toss-up.
Yeah.
All right. So last thing to cover before we move on for tonight. Boy, today went by fast.
Mm-hmm.
We had 2 big conventions.
Yeah. And then I have to go shopping at CVS.
What are you getting?
Like shampoo containers, Band-Aids in case I get blisters.
You bring Band-Aids with? Oh, it's
I
smart.
bring so
For all the
much
walking,
stuff.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I put it on your packing list. You never know. Or you could get a paper cut. Like,
Mhm. Definitely.
Well, lucky for me.
oh my God. Oh, wait, I do have Band-Aids.
Yes, this is from this past year's STLV.
Mhm.
There are like 30 Klingon Band-Aids in here.
So
They're
good.
so awesome.
What was the booth called? What was the company?
Factory Entertainment.
Factory Entertainment.
They're so cool. Bandages, they're called.
Yeah.
That is so cute. Maybe I'll bring these.
You should.
Yeah.
If you're gonna bring Band-Aids
Even if
anywhere,
you don't
that's the
have
place to do it.
Wait, for
Just
your
wear it for-
feet?
Just wear it somewhere to look cool.
I don't.
You do like the Nelly thing, you know?
Yeah. All right, everybody in the live chat, let us know, are Klingon Band-Aids fit for feet, or
fashion accessory.
should we just get real I mean, this is
Klingons don't wear
Just-
Band-Aids unless they're these.
okay.
Those are
So-
so cool.
Everybody check this out.
What you got?
Well, I'll tell you, ScreenRant.com, our good friend John Orchiola of ScreenRant.com writes,
Oh.
Walter Koenig fixed a Star Trek mistake in a classic original series episode, and William Shatner agreed. Whoa. What could
Shout out
that
to Walter's
possibly
hair, by the way.
Okay.
be? Yeah.
First of all, this was crazy because John Orchiola had this article written by the end of the live premiere of Seventh Rule on Sunday with Walter Koenig.
He's a
Amazing.
machine.
He's like just waiting for the cover art. I'm like, whoa, dude.
So, yes, this happened on Sunday. Every first Sunday of every month, we have our original series reviews with the Walter Koenig. That's right, the original Chekhov. And
Tsar of all the Russias?
yeah.
That's the
Here it
one.
is. Here's the quote. And this is when we did our review of Who Mourns for Adonais or Adonaeus or Adonis.
Or Adonais.
What did we miss, Melissa?
Hey, Howell. Klingon bandages brings glory to your feet.
I think Klingons would be sad if they had like maybe this means like warrior battle, you know, or things like that. And it's like on somebody's pinky toe. They'd be like, you desecrate the Band-Aid, or I don't know. Maybe they'd like it. I don't know.
They're badass. They'd be like, look at this badass Band-Aid.
But then we'd
Yeah.
have to look at feet, and that's not fun. Ugh.
Get a poll in the live chat. How many people like to look at feet? No.
Good. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here is that article. We'll scroll down to the quote that Walter made when we were reviewing this episode. He says, I just want to jump in and say I added a word to the script. They were saying Ulysses instead of Odysseus. That's the way it was in the script. I said, it's not Ulysses, it's Odysseus. And Shatner said, he's right. That was probably the only time in 2 seasons and 7 movies. And then the quote continues, Ryan T. Huss says, that's the nicest thing he ever said to you.
That's funny.
It's funny and
Walter's
true.
storytelling is so cute. He's right. Such a good storyteller.
Yeah, and you can watch the full video right now on the 7th Rule YouTube channel, everybody, which leads us into talking about this week, right?
Mm-hmm.
So on the 7th Rule YouTube channel right now, the full review of Who Mourns for Adonis, we'll call it that this time, that full review is up with myself, with Sirach, with Walter Koenig, and Melissa is there. The full free-for-all. It is nuts. Everybody has a good time except one person, and you'll have to watch the entire thing to find out who that is. if it's even true at all.
I love that episode.
Ryan keeps practicing for April 1st.
Oh, that's coming up. That's
Florida cities. I haven't forgotten, Ryan.
Then also on the Seventh Rule YouTube channel, we have our full review up as of yesterday of The Next Generation Season 3, Episode 3. Where is it? The Enemy.
Yeah.
The Enemy. Remember those two injured Romulans? And Steve Rankin of the Enterprise Blues Band played one of them. He was fantastic. He joins us. He joins myself and Strock to talk about that episode. Great stuff. The whole review is there.
Can I just say how wonderful these guests are and how informative and knowledgeable, and it's wonderful to hear their perspectives on when they are working on these shows. That's all.
And some cool Rat Pack behind the scenes.
True.
Which was awesome.
Yeah, great points. We've been very fortunate that the people that come on the show to join us really care about Star Trek. They really care about the roles they had. They really care about the community. And they give us so much insight and so much of their heart and their goodwill, and we really appreciate that. Absolutely. So then on Wednesday, we give none of our heart, but we do go all out on Falling Towers YouTube channel at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. That's youtube.com/Falling Tower. We've got our Watch the First review, myself, Dr. Muhammad Noor, and Trexperts Briefing Room's own Peter Holmstrom.
Nice.
We review. Now we're starting animated series spin-offs. So like kids shows with their spin-offs, you'll get it. That's very specific, but it's a lot of fun. So we've got Transformers Siege, War for Cybertron trilogy. So obviously it's a spin-off from the original Transformers. Did we like it? Did we hate it? Find out Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern Time on the Falling Tower YouTube channel. Then on Thursday, go to Trek to San Francisco. See you there. Friday rolls around and we'll be at Trek to San Francisco. So sorry, no live show, no Star Trek and Chill, unless Jenny wants to run it by herself. Maybe with Katie and Shar.
Yeah.
Maybe Muhammad.
Yep.
Then on Sunday at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern Time, we've got on the Seventh Rule YouTube channel, we have our first segment review of, is it the first segment? Yeah, first segment review of Next Generation episode, The High Ground. Everybody knows that is Obi-Wan Kenobi's favorite episode of Star Trek The Next Generation. He loves The High Ground. There's some people that love that joke. I'm sure. There's got to be some people that
I love that joke.
Thank you. So check that out. We are joined by a very special guest, stunt coordinator of 90s and 80s Star Trek, Dennis Matalone. Because there's a ton of firefights. Picard throws a punch. Worf dives with an injured kidney. All kinds of stuff. There's wrestling matches. So good. He tells us all about it. We love Dennis Matalone. He joins us. That's 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday. And that is the week. It's going to be gangbusters. And then on Monday, I guess we should cover Monday because we won't be back till Tuesday.
Yeah.
Monday, we'll have our full segment review of Next Generation episode, The Price, on the Seventh Rule YouTube channel with writer Hannah Louise Shear. Is that the lady that killed Tasha Yar?
Yes.
Nice. Did you ask her if she put the foot rub in the script or if that was an added bonus?
Good question.
Let's just say, find out on Monday. All right. That segment was directed by Quentin Tarantino. All right, here we go. Dr. Anne-Marie Siegel, where can everybody find you online?
At Anne-Marie Siegel 1 on Twitter.
Where can people find you in person?
At STSF. After I make Dwayne Reed before they close in 20 minutes.
Jenny R. Johnson, what about yourself?
Well, I just completely blanked there. Aside
I did that like 10 times today.
What? Aside from sitting and languishing in my FOMO out here on the East Coast, you can also find me on the internet, where I am on many social media platforms as Jenny R. Johnson Art. On Twitter, which I refuse to stop calling it, at Jenny R. Johnson, and through my website, where you can find me in whatever, everywhere else, jennyrjohnson.com. And I make paintings, and I make prints of my paintings. You could buy them.
Her paintings are freaking incredible.
That's a really
They're
nice thing to say.
It's even more than that. They're uncredible.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Speaking of art, I'm really excited to be like sitting in Starfleet Academy place. I've like I've been psyched about this the whole time. I've just been like, look at it.
I think they need a new art instructor.
Speaking of Matt Boardman, who made this cool graphic for us, this full thing, not just the key art, not that the key art's creation, but he puts things together for us. He did get the Star Wars reference. He said you were the chosen one. He loved it.
That's right.
He laughed his butt off.
He did.
All right. The end of the poll, 50% of you probably.
Yeah, I have local friends who are coming for their first one ever. On Friday.
Cool. That's
so
awesome.
Lucky.
So cool. That's it. Melissa Longo, where can people find you and your wares online?
Well, at theintrovertedrepublic.com, at Walking Art Made by Melissa, and Walking Art Made by Melissa on Patreon. There's a huge shift going on for my Patreon that I'm learning some new stuff for. So there's been a lull, but that's because I have plans for that. And then on social media at Melissa Longo, Malissa. Yeah, on social media. And and I should mention my YouTube channel, 3 Fat Lobsters.
Yes, 3 Fat Lobsters, everybody. Sorry, the name's already taken. And she will also be in Burlingame at STSF, partying with all of us. It's going to be so much fun. Everybody, you can find me at twitter.com at RyanTGHusk. Once again, that's at RyanTGHusk, or just virtual TrekCon, the 7th Rule, or Falling Tower on your favorite social media, but especially right here on YouTube. That's it, everybody. Ruby Martin says, fading fast. Catch you all later. Bye. We're leaving like 20 seconds. So remember the drill, everybody. When this video, if you're watching live, when this is over, hit the refresh button, leave your comments in the comments below. If you're not watching live, the comment section's already there. Leave your comments then. And that's it. We will see all of you soon. Thank you so much. Matt, Dave, Greg. Well, that's funny. Dave and Greg were right next to each other. May, who's definitely going to be in San Francisco. John Davis, Robert Kaiser. I wonder if he's going to make the long trip. Probably not. That's why he's trying to save everybody up for STLV.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you to Faith Howell, Allison Leach Hyde, Glenn Iverson, Ben Genium, Chris Marshall, Ruby War Dog Heim, who brought us a lot of gifts. Those will be fun to chew on in San Francisco. Linda Anderegg, Lucia, On B, Bob D. Thank you all. We will see you next time when you want to know all about the cruise and the upcoming conventions by Creation Entertainment. Put it on the main viewer, will ya?